Hey, I just want to make a quick video on this vintage Seiko that I kind of got in a big lot of watches because it's really nice. I've actually already found a buyer. Not that much, it's surprisingly cheap, but I just wanted to kind of document it before it left my hands because it's in really excellent condition. It's a an M929, or that's the module number, and the second number is dash 5010. Um, I don't know if that's on here, but it's in really extraordinary condition. And to be honest, I would keep it. I don't know if I see it anywhere on here. Oh, there it is. I would keep it if it came with the, oh gosh, the original bracelet. That's really the only thing that's missing. But it looks barely worn. It's bizarre. In fact, I don't know why it doesn't have the original bracelet. So the original bracelet would have kind of continued this taper naturally. It wouldn't have had exposed links. It kind of would continue down through here with all these like large flat brushed links. If it had that, I think it'd be a truly stellar example of this. Let me try to get in close. That's in good condition. You can see only the slightest LCD kind of discoloration, but barely. And there's some like delamination on the crystal. If you see it at just the right light, I'm not even seeing it on the camera lens, but somewhere right around here, like this printing with the silver, seems like it's coming off the back of that crystal. But it's in really nice condition. It's a cool little watch. If I collected vintage Seikos, I'd be very happy with this. So I hope the new owner is. Just want to kind of go through how it works. I think it's neat. You see the time in seconds and the day. It's just this little indicator over the TH for Thursday, and you have to actually press and hold this to see the date, like a lot of these older watches. Um, This button does nothing in timekeeping mode, but the three modes, in addition to timekeeping mode, it has this chronograph mode, where you see it's blinking to tell you it's in stopwatch. You have this mode where it's blinking to say it's in the counter mode, which I'll get to. And this is the time setting mode, which should be like your typical Casio. What is this button again? Is this a... That is the light button, and it does nothing else. But yeah, this should, just like a Casio would today, in setting mode. But I'm going to go back into chronograph mode. This one has, I'm doing this one-handed, but start and stop, but I think in the right positions, just like a proper mechanical chronograph. Start, stop up here, and reset here. It also has start, it has a lap mode, so we can pause, we see a lap, and we see the little blinking indicator under lap. We also see that it's still in 1/100th of a second mode. After it records enough time, I think that goes away, so that becomes seconds. So it's minutes, seconds, hundreds of a second now. It turns into hour, minute, seconds eventually. So if I unlap it, boom, you see that. So I'll stop. Actually, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to do this. We're going to leave it going, and if I press the mode button, if you do anything in any of the modes, and then you press the mode button, it jumps right back to timekeeping mode. You don't cycle all the way around. In timekeeping mode, with the chronograph running, this button down here is like a recall button. I can just press and hold it, and I can see what the chronograph is up to. Boom. So I could be recording something all day. In timekeeping mode, just get a quick check of what I'm recording, a quick check of the date, and I'll go back in here and I'll stop it. All right, and now I can go back into timekeeping mode, and whenever I want, I could remind myself how long that thing was that I took. That's pretty neat. But what I really think is neat on this watch, the light keeps on glaring. It's a really nice watch. That stopwatch mode, counter mode. This is really neat because I've seen this on a couple of watches in the 70s, and I think this was late 70s, mid 70s. Could be wrong, um, but they were trying everything they could to set themselves apart, and just like adding an alarm was a big thing, which this watch doesn't have. Adding a light was a big thing. Adding continuous seconds, those were all like these major improvements to the digital watch. This was like a fork of that evolutionary tree that just never held on. The idea of a counter. So in counter mode, it just counts how many times you press the button. If I press this, two, three, that's all it does. So if I need to remember something, I can count it. And this button increments that. You see the text here, it says count, and it says count up there. So these two buttons count two different things. So if I wanted to count how many people came in and out of a building or something like that, I could do that right there. And this is the only function that I know that takes two button presses. Yeah, if you press both of those count buttons at the same time, it resets it. That's really cool that it has a counter, you know. Obviously that wasn't the hit feature that people were asking for. And so digital watches stopped having that. But they were trying whatever they could at the time. And I always think that's interesting when you see these little weird ideas. I have an older Casiotron that has a count mode, and I actually like it. I think that would be I would be definitely counting more things if I had a watch that helped me count stuff. Yeah, great. But yeah, I'm hoping this goes to a new owner. I mean, it is going to a new owner, but I hope they take great care of it, and I hope they could find the correct bracelet for it. This doesn't even seem like it's a Seiko. It's like a generic, but it's a very handsome watch. I was looking for a while, and I just couldn't find the correct bracelet. I found the whole watch on a bracelet, and that was just a little more than I wanted to spend to like swap it over. But before I got rid of it, I felt like I just had to make a video and share this kind of condition. It's like new old stock. It's really nice. Don't know why that happened. All right, hope you like this fun little watch, and hope I have some other fun watches to share with people. Okay, thanks.